I started playing football when I was like 5. Yeah, but I didn't. I played, but I didn't play. I was on the team, but I never got to play.
Like, you're just sitting, waiting?
But yes, I didn't start on a football team until I got into 8th grade. 8th grade was the first year I started. Some people, they get the chance to start early. Like me, I was a late bloomer. Yes, you have to study. It's the same study that you do in here in the classroom. That's the same kind of study you got to do in football, because you got to know what to do when you go on a football field. If you don't know what to do, the coach is not going to put you out there. So you have to, if you play any sport, it's not just football. If you play baseball, basketball, whatever it may be, you have to put the time in to study whatever the coach asks you to do, and you got to put the work in when no one is looking. And when I say when no one is looking, everybody can go out there and run when everybody is watching you and, have a good workout. But what about when it's like 25 degrees outside, there's nobody around, and you need to go work out? Are you going to go work out, or are you going to stay at home and play video games? What is it, PC? And you're going to play video games at home? You know what? People ask me that all the time. She asks who taught me how to play football. When I was growing up, I didn't have a lot of male role models around me. So I really don't know. I think it's just watching it on TV maybe, but no one ever, sat down and like taught me how to catch or do any of that type of stuff. I didn't, have the luxury of having that. How old am I? How old do I look? You won't hurt my feelings. You won't hurt my feelings. How old do you think I look?
You look like 25.
What do you think?
28.
I will be 50 in December. Yes.
Wait, so you're 49 years old?
I'm 49 years old, yes. Yes. Oh, I don't know if she wants you to say that. My birthday is New Year's Eve. Yes, my first ever football game in the NFL was in Ireland.
Oh, so did you went to New York too?
Yes, I played in New York, yes, sir. For me, this is a special place, and it will always be a special place for me, because everything that I have, those 2 handsome young men over there, my wife Katie, the Crystal, Wayne, everybody in the back, without football and without coming to Bakersfield in 1993, 1994, this wouldn't exist. And I wouldn't know I wouldn't know Miss Bradford either. So Bakersfield has pretty much, I've got everything from coming to Bakersfield. When I was in high school, I had to go to summer school every year. You know why? Because I didn't do well in school. That's why you guys got to make sure you do well in school. There was only one school that took a chance on me, and that was Bakersfield College. They told me I can come out here, and I was scared out of my life. I had never been on a plane before, and I've never, went across the country. I cried the entire way I got out here. I cried the entire way. I remember being on campus, sitting in my dorm room. I cried probably the first 2 weeks I was here every day because of loneliness and not knowing anybody. But it was something about Coach Bowser. He saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, and that's when I knew I could play football then because of him.
What are the cameras gonna go on? Like the cameras over there? What are they gonna be on?
Well, I have a platform. You see this shirt, this sweatshirt right here? What does it say? Can anybody tell me?
The President Dad.
Yes, the President Dad. And that's me. I try to be a President Dad to my boys over there. The oldest, his name is George Jones, but we call him GJ. The youngest one right there, his name is Cooper. We call him CJ. We and the reason why the cameras and everybody is here is because I have a brand that's called The Present Dad, and I have a foundation that's called the Present Dad Foundation, where we try to help fathers be better fathers to their kids. And that's what I try to do, to be the best possible father to my boys and to kids like you too, because I mentor a lot of kids back in Texas.
I wish you really helped my dad because he skipped school when he was young.
Yeah?
He made mistakes, so he had to sign back, but his staff would tell me.
Yeah. Yes, I would love to help him. If I can meet him, I will help him. Miss Bradford will help me facilitate with your dad. If that's, would you want me to do that? Okay, I would do that for you. Okay. Yes, sir.
How rough was your first football team?
What was my first football team?
No, how rough was it?
Rough was it? I'll tell you what I used to do. So my mother had a 7th grade education, couldn't drive. There was 4 of us. She did the best she could. My mother's never seen me play football in person. When I was you guys' age, I would go play a football game, but I didn't play. I would ride the bench. And when I would walk home, I would take my pants and I would roll in the dirt to get my pants dirty. So then when I got home, it looked like I played in the football game. Running back. Yes, ma'am.
What's your favorite celebrity?
Everybody, it's the great Michael Jordan. The great Michael Jordan. Now, I got a second close, I would say Peyton Manning after that. Peyton Manning. Then third, I would say GJ. Fourth, I would say Cooper. Fifth, I would say Crystal. Sixth, I would say Wayne. Seventh, I would say Katie. That's what GJ does all the time, doesn't he? With Max. Yeah. And by the way, guys, I have another son too. He's not here with us today. His name is Maximilian. He has special needs. Does anybody know what Down syndrome is? Yeah. Yes, my son, I got another son. He's in the middle of those two. He has Down syndrome. We didn't bring him today. He's back at Texas. He's at school right now. Yes, ma'am. My favorite food? I like pastas. I like spaghetti, lasagna, pizza. I like stuff like that. That was Coach Bowser's all in there. That was his office and everything. I love it. Man, it has grown so much leaps and bounds. So that would be locker room and stuff like that, practice fields. We're going right here. I think this is it. I'm assuming. Yeah, GJ. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears right there for me. Right here. Yeah. Probably. I don't know. Well, let's see if we can find where we're supposed to go. Oh, here you go. Oh, Carl Dean. So this guy right here, Carl Dean, was the quarterback my freshman year. Yep. My man.
Gary, the Hall of Famer. What's going on, man?
Man, look
Congratulations.
how Bakersfield look, man. Look at that. Man, y'all got everything here.
So
man, I can't believe what this look like.
Temporary digs.
Yeah.
All that stuff gets
See,
done.
GJ, look at what Cooper. Look at what it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they got They got swimming pool, everything. Got them. Coach Lil John, this is my wife.
How you doing?
So nice to
It's
meet
a
you.
pleasure.
This is Crystal.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, nice
Yeah.
to meet
It's
you.
a pleasure. Yeah. I wish I had about 22 of you guys. If I had about 22, we'd be national champions right now for 2 years in a row.
Man, I'm like, look at this, man. Look at it, Katie. Look at the
Yeah.
stadium right there with it.
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah. They're doing a lot of, so right now they're finishing up new locker room, weight room, training facility, or training room facility and offices, and then they'll do basketball arenas. When you look at your career and making the decision to come here moving forward, what would you say that it was like that stands out, or just like?
Yeah, that's a good question, Coach. I went to the Junior College Athletic Association. I went to speak there this year.
Oh, no, that's right.
And they asked me about my experience with Bakersfield, and I told them it was the greatest 2 years I ever had. My work ethic, everything that I learned on and off the field was here. My football life actually started here. Because most people, football life start, in high school or whatever. But mine started here and being under the tutelage of Coach Bowser. And he put me like light years ahead of where I was supposed to be, because he saw something in me that I didn't see. And he was the first coach that ever, believed in my talent. So that I'm looking at that field out there, I remember him and Coach Dameron yelling at me, "Jonesy, hurry up and get back here." They'll make me run the ball 20 times in a row. And, because they said, we got to get you ready for the game, and you can't be tired in the game. You can't ever be tired in the game. So they got me right, and I would never change it. People always ask me all the time, would I change it? Man, I would never change it.
But see, you also are coming from a real perspective, which they'll hear me as a coach say it, but they hear you having experienced it and then see what you accomplished. I think it means more now, because they'll look at me. I stopped recruiting, I'd say probably over the last 10 years, and it's more educating, because I think people don't quite know how to choose. They get caught up in all the fluff, and I just go, this is what it is. So you can listen to these people, and in some cases you can pay them $2,500.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you for free, but I'm gonna tell you the real stuff. Because what happens, they'll come all the way back. So, Coach, what did you say? And I go, my mom worked here for 45 years, so I've been traditioned Bakersfield College football. So he's a great to me, because I watched the greats from 1976, Chris DeFrance, when they went to the Junior College Rose Bowl. So every year I just look at all of them. I remember Jerry Montgomery, who was obviously long before you, but there's a whole line of tradition of players that I guess for me being able to respect even more, and like him coming back, and just like, man, this is like cool, because I get a chance to coach here as a head coach. And so being able to see him and part of the history,
African American head coach as well.
Exactly right. So it's just cool, man. I love it. But I've always known, and when he called me, I was like, dang, this is George Jones. Like, this is like the real deal. Okay, so how you doing?
Remember I signed a thing for you.
Yes. And I was like, hey, man, this is George Jones. Like, do you guys know who this is? You know. So it was cool. I think I have a lot more appreciation about it because of the history, but also trying to let our players know that this is historic. It is tradition. That's what, Bakersfield College is built on. And I said that when I first got here, day one. I told them Bakersfield College has always been built on toughness. And it'll be built on toughness, but long after I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
You exemplify that from so many areas. And I said, we're getting back to that. We're going to be tough. And so, of course, having recruited all these JCs, and all the coaches, they're like, man, I already know you're going to be tough again. Because that's what they know. I played here. I played in the Metro. I played in the Pac, in the hardcore. And then you get like George and what he accomplished. It just, I want to keep building on tradition that way. And so, this is a person like you could, and yet down there, because we talk about other stuff too. And I just think it's a tribute in that sense. And finally for him to be honored that way with all of it, like, dude.
Okay, so do you guys believe him that he was a baller?
Yes, sir. I saw it firsthand.
So that's good.
I've seen it.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, because whenever I used to play flag football, he would run the ball and stuff. He would take so seriously, try to outrun all of us, and think it's real, tackle football.
You know what that is? That's just the competitive nature.
He'd be outrunning all
love
of us.
it.
Yeah, you tell them what
I love it.
When I would go to Vegas to play flag football.
Yeah, you would go.
Kicked me off the team.
Yeah, they kicked him off the 7-on-7 team because he was taking it so seriously. He was stretching, ice baths, dieting, training.
Went out to party, whatever.
Right.
George was in their ice bath, and
stretching.
That's just
hydrating.
wise at that point. That's just take care of his body.
So they kicked him off because he took it too seriously.
I was taking it too seriously.
I don't know what that means.
I didn't either. I was like,
we're here to win, he said.
But once he was born, I shut everything down. I was playing flag football 4 days a week.
Were you?
Yeah, and I was in the bowling league, and I was but once he came, I shut it down because I was going to be a stay-at-home dad. So if I continued to play and I got injured, then it would have messed up. Because I did get injured probably a month into his birth. I was at the gym and I squatted 600 pounds, and I had called. I said, Katie, I can't drive, I can't move. And Katie,
back out.
Yeah, and Katie had to take him to work with him, and then from that point, I said, I got to make sure I got to be smart now when I do it. I'm not. Ooh. Yeah. That is crazy because I got on Greg's show, Kerr's show, and we was talking about me coming out here to go into that, and he was asking me to go over, the career,
Right.
and I said the thing that hurts me the most is, you're the best player.
Right.
In the game we played against Moore Park, I fumbled the ball. That was the only time I ever fumbled the ball, and we lost the game, and we was number one in the nation at the time, and that loss knocked us. We couldn't play for the national championship, and I told Greg, I said, I was in the locker room crying. I told Chad and all the linemen, it was my fault. And then he was like, because I was about to get emotional on the radio, and then he was like, don't, George, don't. I know that was a long time ago, and that always sticks with me with that Moore Park one because, we should have won that game killing them, but
why
just
is it that mistakes, why is it that it's games like that
it's but that's why I'm so critical and so hard on the boys because I'm just one play is the difference.
No question.
Of
the
game.
It is. I just that's funny. Yeah, that's. Who would you say is your favorite running back, or as you looked over the last couple of years?
Barry Sanders. Yeah. Okay. There's always Barry. Well, my two favorite, if I could combine them, Barry Sanders, Marshall Faulk. If I could combine the two, I would want. If I could combine them, that's be my perfect running back.
Ideal running back.
I don't care what if we take Marshall at 5'10", or what's the name at 5'8". I don't care about the height, but with combining the skill set, that's untouchable.
Interesting.
Yes.
Who's yours?
See, I don't know. Marshall brings an element to the game because he caught the ball out of the backfield. Barry had eyes that seemed like all over the place in his adjustments because we talk so much about change of direction and all those things. But you know who I do like because he exemplifies a little of both and he runs hard? Alvin Kamara.
Yes, yes.
You know,
but he works on that too with his offensive. If you see all the mobility stuff that
because
he does.
He can catch out of the backfield. He doesn't have Barry's just a different dude.
I would say the ultimate compliment is when Marshall told me, like, all purpose, I'm better, but running just, like, I said, oh.
Like that's
surprised he said
that's
that.
a trait that most don't do. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I was at Cal coaching when Marshawn was there. And Marshawn has such an awkward running style.
Yeah.
He never got hit.
Yeah.
he runs
Because he's
funny.
constantly moving
Yeah.
his body, like, weird.
Yeah.
But it's effective, but he would never get hit.
Yeah.
And then he'd go after you at the end if he's like, okay, and defensive players aren't used to that. And he was powerful.
Yes.
You know, so it stands out when you see backs like that. And I always felt like, I was like, man, that's how George runs, and it's violent. And it's like, yeah, man, that's defensive dude.
Like
hates
Pacheco.
Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah.
They're running back for the
Yeah, that dude, he's strong.
Yes.
Can I get your mics off?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Yeah.
Thank you. No, I don't need my.
Look, I'm
much
a
today.
just a man, legend. I love it.
It is as if today is all about George.
I love it. I
Too
love
much
it.
today. I can't handle him.
All right, we're going to get it right here on 3. 1, 2, 3.
That looks great.
Let me get this one
Oh
more.
man,
Right?
this is awesome.
Yes, yes.
George, how much were you benching when you were here?
Probably the weight room.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Pretty much. This is where it all started, right here. August 1993. Right here. Home, baby. Carl Bowser. Coach Carl Bowser. Man that believed in me. We used to come down the hill right there to go to the thing. We'll come down the hill, get ready to come onto the field right before the game and warm up. Look at that. Look at that. That's nice, isn't it? Remember, Wayne, this is a junior college.
Unreal.
Look how this is going to look. This is better than some Division 1 AA schools.
Yep, yep. I can't believe how big it is.
Yes. It's crazy. We used to run those stadium stairs all the time. Oof. Yeah, we have to run them. You go over there, got to do both of them. Yeah. We do our conditioning test on here. We had to do a mile and a half. Had to do it in time. That would be our conditioning test. I failed it the first time, just so you know, because I didn't know what the conditioning tests were, so I didn't have time to prepare for it.
But then you turned around and got it, didn't you?
Yep. Yes, sir. That's why I broke the national record all the way down there in that left-hand corner of the end zone. I broke the national record for junior college touchdowns with 34 down there. Broke it down there. And I broke O.J. Simpson record down there too. I know. You like it, G? Yeah. What about the track? How the track? GJ, that's where we used to walk down right here, come down and do it. Look at that. They're going to have a new weight room, football thing. This is better than some Division 1 AA schools, isn't it?
Yeah. I can't believe you talked about the side. Can't believe you talked about the
Yeah. He told you. Because he didn't want to listen to me. Look at that, Coop. You like that? Look at that track. DJ, remember that zone. You can't run out of that zone and the 4x1. Stand in the zone. You're going to say skip. Yeah, make sure your hand Yeah. No, you still got to get your hand up. Hello everyone, I'm back, the President Dad. I'm up here at Bakersfield Community College, as you can see in the background. Today is the big day. I'm going into the Kern County Hall of Fame tonight down at the Bakersfield Convention Center. Anybody in Bakersfield, if you're in town, come down and join us. That field over there is where my football life started, right there 30 years ago in 1993. I broke some big records in there. I broke O.J. Simpson's record for most touchdowns in the season, and I broke the national record with 34 touchdowns in 10 games. I'm back here. I ain't been back here in 30 years. The school has changed so much, but again, this is where my football life started, and I'm just so grateful to be back here and to see people that I haven't seen in a long time. I'll be back on soon. You guys have a blessed day. Make sure to be the best versions of yourselves. I'm the President Dad.